turkey.
Yeah.
So we're not using this one then?
Yeah, we will. Just for Instagram.
Mississippi. I'm still waiting on that bulging wallet, but y'all are here to help us out with that, right? Yes. Y'all, if this is your first time to Thacker, thank you so much for coming out tonight. And for those of you who it's not your first time, I appreciate y'all coming out on the same night as Harvest Supper. Y'all know we've got something great for you in store tonight on this Halloween Eve. Y'all also, we are a nonprofit organization and we are funded by our sustaining members, and that can be you. If you have ever considered supporting Thacker Mountain Radio or ever enjoyed it in the past, we do need your support right now more than ever. Please visit www.thackermountain.com/donate and you can sign up to become a member. It's just $10 a month, $120 a year, And y'all, I got up here and I made a call to try to hit 100,000 in memberships by the end of this year, and I swore to y'all I would have the best annual holiday members party we've ever had if we hit that number. And we are only 20,000 away from that number, y'all. So we are so, so close. I want y'all to mark your calendars for December 5th. And if you're not yet a member, you're not going to miss this party, so get in now. Thanks.
Thank you, Lucy. That is hilarious. Hawaiian shirt, New Balances, silly $2 glasses. Where did you ever come up with that? All right, thank y'all so much for being here. Well, the sun came out, but it's still kind of blustery. But all the weather people on the Memphis channel are back at work because for 4 months it was the same thing. All right, you ready to do it? There you go. Thank you, Ricky. All right, let's get this thing going, y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Like Lucy said, we do have a great show. Let's do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome once again to the Thacker Mountain Radio Hour. We're coming to you tonight from the Powerhouse Arts Center in Oxford, Mississippi. She has a book, Happy Bad. It is just an incredible novel. I can't wait to talk to her about it. She lives in New Orleans, is a New Orleans-based author, so she doesn't have to write anything. She's got stories right there. Cody Shade Harrell is here. Cody Shade Harrell, a North Mississippi blues man. I said, man, Cody Shade Harrell. And Shade is a great blues name. He said, no. That's actually my name. My mother and father named me Shade. It's on my birth certificate. I said, wow. And of course, taking it home tonight, y'all are going to love him. Mr. Twirt Chamberlain is here. Twirt Chamberlain from Lexington, Mississippi. Yes, sir. He's been rock and roll, hip hop, and blues. But we love our house band. You just got a taste of them. Let's hear them again. Y'all please bring them to the stage. It is the Yalla Bushwhackers.
Coming home, my hairy hand. Do some other things, but they keep it going.
Yeah, that's awful brave of you, I think. You're in the band with your brother and your pals, and y'all are getting gigs, and you decide to go off solo. And actually, you play with Cedric Burnside. Y'all went worldwide, right? You did great.
Right.
So your move has paid off, I guess. You really got it going on.
Yeah, that was the reason that I jumped ship from Proud Hound, which I love those guys and enjoy playing with them because Connor Alexander on lead guitar plays some incredible stuff. So.
Oh yeah, they were here. He is really great. You got 2 singles out, Going Down South. We all know that, Graven, and your original, but you wrote about your dad. I listened to it. It's very, very moving. Stay on My Mind.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please welcome Cody Shade Harrell.
See me right now there on the road. Got to get out before the cooling board. I see the daylight turning into the night. I see days getting shorter and I need need my rest. Nights getting cold and frost upon my breath. I see the golden leaves falling down to the ground. Well, this life on the road surely don't hurry me. Well, I'll send for you when I'm on my ride. Keep your lamp trimmed, Lord, and shining bright. A moon shining in the night, oh, like a diamond in the sky. If you see me coming, put your man outdoors. Don't make no pallet, won't sleep on your floor. Moon shining in the night, like a diamond in the sky. Well, this life on the road surely don't worry me. Well, now people talk and tell me what they could. Said you go around saying that I'm no good. Them silent whispers, Lord, carry swiftly in the night. Well, I've heard you say that I'm a man about town. Swear you won't find none like me around. $10 to $1, you won't find another quite like me. Well, now nothing that you say sure gonna worry me. Well, now nothing that you say sure gonna worry me. Yeah, thank y'all. That was Nothing That You Say. That was actually the first song that I wrote several years ago. Many years before I started getting up on stages like this. So, this next one's a pretty recent one that I've written. I love the North Mississippi Hill Country Blues, and I love Mississippi music in general. So this one really pulls some inspiration from Mississippi Fred McDowell and the folks in the hill country community that I play with. So. Know my dog when I hear him bark. Well, I took a trunk up off my floor. Well, I sat that thing down as far as I could throw.
Yeah, so Jim mentioned that I just released a song called Stay on My Mind, and that one is about my dad. He passed back in 2019, and he's one of the biggest reasons that I play music. You know, not that he encouraged me to go out and be a musician, he encouraged me to go to Ole Miss and get an engineering degree and make a lot of money. You know, hey, so that's part of what I did. I came up here in 2010 and went to school. But after a couple of years in corporate world, music in the back of my head was just gnawing and nagging, and said that I need to try to jump out here into this. So, but yeah, this one is this is Stay on My Mind. This is a recent release, and this is for my dad, Richard Harrell.
Think of you all
Big Shade Harold, y'all. One more time for him, please. Beautiful, beautiful. Stay on My Mind is that new single. Check out Cody's music, Where You Get Your Tunes. I want to remind you that you're listening to the Thacker Mountain Radio Hour. You're hearing us on WUMS, University of Mississippi, WYXR, Community Radio in Memphis, Tennessee, WUTC, Community Radio in Chattanooga, the stations of Mississippi, Public Broadcasting, the stations of Alabama, Public Radio, WUOT, Public Radio in Knoxville, Tennessee, and KNCE, True Taos Radio in Taos, New Mexico. Also like to thank our sponsors, Dr. Stephen and Gabe Case, good folks at Delta Magazine, Larry and Michael Johnson Family Foundation, the Mississippi Arts Commission, the Mississippi Hills Heritage Alliance, Pearly Peacock Designs, R&B Fader Foundation, the good folks at Square Books, the Mothership, Square Books, thank you. Visit Oxford, Volunteer, Mississippi, Wonderbird Spirits, the good folks at the Yakima Arts Council, we appreciate them so much. And the good folks at Snooki and Mary Lou Williams Foundation of Water Valley, Mississippi. You too can be a Thacker backer and help us keep this party going, as Jimmy Buffett would say. More information at our website, thackermountain.com. Yeah, I love y'all. Alrighty, Delaney Nolan is our next guest, author of the novel Happy Bad. It is from Astra House. It concerns a heat wave that triggers a massive blackout, and the Twin Bridge Drug Treatment Facility in near future East Texas must evacuate. Panicked, enraged teenage girls are unleashed in this moving display of human connection in the face of violence and climate destruction. It is a crazy, wild book. I love Publishers Weekly says, it snuggles a little tenderness in among the horrors. Y'all please welcome Delaney Nolan. All right, you live in New Orleans right now, based in New Orleans, and this is your debut novel, but you write investigative journalism about the environment, environmental issues.
Yeah, I'm a journalist based in New Orleans, and I was writing fiction for years before I started journalism about 4 years ago, so now it's funny to me that people sometimes know me as a journalist first, but a lot of the same interests crop up in my journalism and my writing.
Absolutely. You're down there in New Orleans, and a lot of this stuff comes down into Louisiana. I don't want to give a whole lot of it. But you tend to write about water in your journalism career. I looked at your articles as you're concerned with the environment and water in particular. I saw one you wrote about the Mississippi Delta.
Yeah, not too far from here, just over near Clarksdale, not too far from
Absolutely.
Sunflower County. And water and heat and storms, I would say, are things that interest me, and they all are connected, and Louisiana and Mississippi are one of the best places to write about them because we experience some of the most exciting and extreme versions of those measures.
And humidity, you write so well about heat. I got hot reading this thing. We're in East Texas, and there's a lot, and this is in the near future. We're not sure it's maybe the 2030s, something like that. There's a lot of dust.
There's a lot of dust. There's already some dust in Texas. There's even more 10, 15, 20 years from now.
Which is very plausible, you know, I mean.
A lot of it's based on, some of the details in here are based on the first Dust Bowl, about 100 years ago, and what they experienced in the lower plains.
And of course, in the book, in the treatment center, as we mentioned, there's a blackout, so the AC goes out, and it's really hot, and you have one of the characters suggest to another character, put ice cubes in your armpits.
Yeah, that did come from journalism. That came from writing about extreme heat and heat exhaustion. And I was sort of finishing this book. I was doing the final edits in 2023, which was, if anyone here has spent time in New Orleans, that was the hottest summer ever in New Orleans. The mayor is on the radio being like, no one alive has ever experienced New Orleans this hot and my air conditioning couldn't keep up with it. So I was editing this book about extreme heat and having on air conditioning while I'm like dumping sweat and my heart is pounding because I'm so hot, and that's what happens to you when you're hot. So I learned a lot, both firsthand and
And you
from
tried
research.
this technique firsthand?
I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend boiling yourself in order to write about heat.
Or put ice cubes.
But I would recommend the ice cubes, yeah. And also the palms and the soles of the feet.
Yeah, well, I've not heard of that one, but I've just joined the I'm Sorry I Asked Club. All right, also rage, and particularly these girls are teenage girls. They're in this drug treatment center, and they're mad. They're a mad group of folks.
Yeah, and I feel like anyone in this room who has been a teenage girl won't find that surprising.
I know. I know.
Yeah. Well, maybe
Those I know.
some other teenagers also. I heard of teenage boys being angry also. But I was interested in young female rage partially because I feel like that's such like a force. It's like this untapped fuel source that we don't really know what to do with. We don't really have a lot of structure to put that on. You know, men get to be superheroes and detectives and fight each other, and we don't really know what to do. Women aren't really supposed to be that angry, but we are, and I think, especially in the South, maybe.
These young girls think of really creative ways to torture their nemesis, which you'll have to read the book. I'm not sure we can even talk about it on the radio. Another great thing you do in this book is mock bureaucracy and forms you have to fill out. And you have to go meet with a guy before you can meet with another guy. Oh, you didn't bring Form 306? Oh, you got to have Form 306. You know, you do that so beautiful.
I'm glad that like stuck out to you, because that is, I mean, I think that's where a lot of rage comes from, even beyond being a teenager. And you know, the book is interested in how these systems of power and violence sort of move us around and what they're going to look like in the coming decades. But I wasn't really interested in making a single villain, because the villain kind of is the inscrutable bureaucracy that makes it so difficult to navigate getting the things that you need to survive, while also telling us it's our fault for not really figuring out how to do the bureaucracy and talk to the healthcare workers and the people at the social services.
Perfect. What's the guy's name? Bing Hooper?
Yeah.
She winds up in the office of a guy named Bing Hooper. He's got his name on the desk, Bing Hooper. Can I help you? Oh, I don't have Form 3807. Oh, you're dead. Get out of my office. It's just hard. Also, you have, again, this is in the near future and very plausible to me, you have roving, marauding gangs of giant jellyfish.
Well, okay, in the ocean, to be true. To be fair.
No, these are like in Kroger, just walking around.
Where the jellyfish normally are in the sea. But yeah, that was, it's funny that you use the word plausible, because some of that is true, has really happened. I think there's a mention, something about jellyfish clogging up the intake valve for a nuclear power plant, and that has happened. I think maybe it was in France, but some of the more unsettling details in the book are just things that have happened. And yeah, it also made me a little nervous that 2 trade reviews used the words terrifyingly plausible. Hopefully it's not that.
You are actually getting some good reviews, as well as you did. The early reviews are great. They say it is a little unsettling, but so well done and terrifyingly plausible. It's a perfect description. And speaking of being terrified, you're going to read a little bit, aren't you?
I am.
All right, are y'all okay with that? It is called Happy Bad. It is both of those things. Y'all please welcome again to Lady Nola.
Nothing scarier, really, than teenage girls, anyway. Okay, what do you need to know? I'm going to read from Chapter 5. We are in East Texas. There's been a big heat wave that's caused a blackout. And after a few days, our narrator, Beatrice, who works at this treatment center, has gone with one of the teenage girls, Teresa, to try to get a van so they can all get out of there. They're trying to evacuate. They need a van. They're going to the rental place to get a van. One more thing. Teresa is on medication that exists in this book called Bezen, which is sort of like If we got really, really, really good at making Valium. Okay. At last, the sign that read "Cask Moving Lines" in big red and white font swam up out of the bleary roadside. I pulled into a parking lot swarming with people. This was the largest crowd I'd seen in town in ages. Dozens of people bustling, stumbling from cars, blocking the doorway. A line had formed by the front door, full of people coughing away smoke. I cursed under my breath. "Right," I said to Teresa, "stay here." I got out and walked very slowly toward the mess. It had abruptly gotten much colder, and there was a bruised color to the light. A definite fear vibration ran through the parking lot. A father got out of a car, slamming it behind him and locking it. "Stay here," he commanded, loudly, gripping the car key and pointing at his kids in the back. 2 young women holding hands rushed past him, half running, long hair tangling together in the gathering wind. The asphalt was coated with a thin layer of orange dust that lifted and snaked and eddied. The cars around us were strapped with suitcases. No one was in charge here. At any moment, panic could catch like gasoline. A baby wailed. For no reason I could name, I bent at the knees and filled my pocket with several rocks. I simply needed the key to a van. This was, on its surface, very simple. This was the straight line I would follow between myself and success. I put my head down and started for the lobby entrance. A sudden sound made me jump. The storm siren. Blasting out of the various PAs around town, sweeping high, dipping low, nasally and unsettling. I stopped. We all stopped. We took the sound into our bodies, the awful, deafening whoop. We'd all, out of instinct, hunched over as though tacked. We straightened and looked around, and then, like a net thrown down from heaven, a terrible stillness came over the crowd. Way out to the west, resolving out of the background of brown sky, we saw it. A strange wall, 100 stories high. It drifted, like an enormous ghost ship, silently toward us from the horizon. The siren meant dust storm. I took 1 step, 2 steps back. We got them from time to time, but I personally had not seen one this size. When a thing so large moves as one, it follows a different concept of time. And so though the head of the storm was hurtling toward us at 60 miles per hour, the dust storm's movements appeared in the parking lot luxurious and slow. There was a moment, I think, when it all could have gone either way. If even 2 people began to scream, the gasoline panic would have lit. But instead, after a tense pause, everyone resolved into a sort of tight calm. Those who were still in the parking lot began an orderly push toward the rental place, prepared to pack the lobby. I backed toward the car. Look at those thunderous knuckles of God. They've not thought of us at all, racing toward us at highway speeds, secreting within wind gusts and hail. Though it was only 4 in the afternoon, the winter sun was already close to Earth, and so it reflected light off the amber-colored dust, sending the sky above it purple and pink, and it looked soft, the front blooming continuously from inside itself, just like a thunderhead, or a drop of blood in a glass of water, bursting slowly. The storm was coming from the far side of the scheme. I watched it swallow one tall building, then another. But it wasn't real until the smell of it reached me on a stray gust of wind. Something musty, not the sweet, loamy petrichor of an oncoming storm, but old, brittle, a storm come up from under floorboards. And then the sound, a muffled, still distant roar. I snapped back to myself. Behind me, Teresa was leaning on the horn. When I turned around to look, she waved with both arms, ecstatic. "Come on," I said, yanking the car door open. "Are we going someplace fun?" Teresa asked. "There's a dust storm coming," I said, as I pulled her up to a standing position and slammed the car door behind her. "We've got to wait it out inside." "Ooh," she said, with a sweet note of delight. "Are we in danger?" "No," I lied. We crossed the parking lot, past the angry dad, who was banging on the car doors, telling his frightened kids to get out. We mushed in with a crowding line of people around the building's front door, everyone pushing with polite restraint so far, muttering and coughing. I looked back over my shoulder. The storm, calcified soil boiling 1,000 feet high, rolling like a mountain moving. When it reached us, it would coat everything: hair, nose, throat, eyelashes. After bad ones, you'd find the bodies of the jackrabbits, stiff and dead, their stomachs stuffed with fine sand. Overhead, I saw tiny specks, the last of our birds, dashing madly for the far horizon. A dust storm that big could push cars into ditches, bury a road. Places like this, a century ago, they had rain merchants, charlatans who rolled through town and promised to dynamite the sky to turn the weather, but we know better now. The siren was still wailing. Teresa stuck both her fingers in her ears and shouted, "Are we in danger now?" What was the point? "You bet," I shouted back. We shuffled closer to the door, enclosed by the crowd, slow as the undead. A constant stream of shouting leaked from within the building. The angry dad pushed through, yanking both daughters behind him, elbowing others out of the way. I tightened my grip on Teresa's wrist until she hissed, "Ow!" and snatched her hand away. So I stood behind her, hands on her shoulders, alert. It had gotten colder still. Somebody yelped. A dozen jackrabbits were making a frantic dash across the parking lot, away from the storm's black edge. Behind me, it had rolled closer, swallowing the last of downtown's large buildings. The crowd pressed tight, and I caught one worried woman's bloodshot eyes as the crowd pressed tighter still, and for a moment I was lifted off my feet, crushed and weightless, the breath out of me, still gripping Teresa's shoulders as the light dimmed a bit, and the first specks of dust, the pioneers, began to tick against my cheek, and you could hear it then, as my eyes met the wide, frightened eyes of my neighbor in the gathering haze, the sound under the siren sound, the note of panic in the crowd, like a finger going around the wet rim of glass, shivering, about to shatter, when at last and all at once we fell inside. Thank you.
Delaney Nolan, y'all. One more time for her. I'm telling you, happy bad. Asco House folks. Delaney will join us outside after the show at the Square Books table to sign your copy of Happy Bad, perfect for Halloween. Really great job. Thank you so much, Delaney, boy. Smuggles tenderness amid the horrors. All righty, Twerk Chamberlain. Thank y'all so much for being here, man. Lexington, Mississippi. You still have your restaurant down there?
We closed till further notice.
Ah.
Hello, Oxford.
I hope further notice happens soon, because I know it's got to be wonderful. Now, Twerk, of course, now you're unlike a Shade, and your mom did not name you Twerk, I'm guessing.
Technically not. It's not my...
I'm taking that as a no. It's Twerk, the world's most unique representation of truth.
Absolutely.
The new album is Country Punk Black. I love it. Y'all welcome Twerk Chamberlain.
How y'all doing, Oxford? Y'all been so nice to me this year. I love you. And today's chosen craft is the music. Marcus, bass. No, for real, y'all been so awesome. It's like my fourth time performing down here in Oxford. They did a documentary about me. It was really good. James Brown had a song. Tell them make your body move. Hey. Get up, get yourself together. Drive your funky soul. Get up, get yourself together. Drive your funky soul. Everybody get up now. Get yourself together. Drive your funky soul. Get up, get yourself together. Hey, hey, I can hear the thunder. I can feel the rain. When the music plays, y'all, I feel no pain. 'Cause there is sunshine deep inside your brain. So in your darkest times, you still a burning flame from all these raindrops falling down on me, yeah. Baby brother, can you feel the rain? 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 Baby brother, can you? Hey, I don't mind nobody's business. Yeah, I'm too busy trying to battle wrong. Outside when it's raining, baby, that's where I belong. I would ask you if you're coming, girl. See the chicken I can dig it, you ain't on. Yeah, yeah, for the right one, I'm forever waiting. Look at the man. Don't even ask me to rain alone. I know you are really living. Don't even ask me to rain alone. Big step up, just get down. Don't even ask me to rain alone. Oh, I'm about to lose my mind. Don't even ask me to rain alone. Get down with me one more time. Baby, I don't mind nobody's business. I'm too busy trying to balance my own. Outside, where it's raining. Baby, that's where I belong. And I would ask you if you're coming, girl. Say the chicken I can dig it, you ain't on. For the right one, I'm forever waiting. Baby, don't leave me dancing in the rain alone. Don't leave me dancing in the rain alone. I know you are feeling it. Don't leave me dancing in the rain alone. Get yourself up, just get down with me. Don't leave me dancing in the rain alone. Oh, I'm about to lose my mind. Don't leave me dancing in the rain alone. Get down with me one more time. Listen to the lady. Hey, I don't mind. Get yourself together, drive your funky soul. Get up, get yourself together, drive your funky soul. Everybody get up now, get yourself together, drive your funky soul. Get up, don't leave me dancing in the rain. Hey, don't leave me dancing in the rain. No, you are feeling it. Pick yourself up, just get down with it. Ladies and gentlemen, let us rejoice. For today is the day that we have dedicated to the enhancement of the craft, and today's chosen craft is the music. All right, this last song right here. I like that. Y'all always have that. Shout out to you. Yeah, having a really cool year, man. I got a 4-week-old baby boy. He got my name. I got my first son. I'm very happy about that. We have a good year over the Washington house. All right. I'm gonna try some blues. If I say, get on down, feel free to say, I can see underwater. If I say, get on down, feel free to say, I can breathe underwater. That song called Aquaman. 1,000 miles underwater, with a bird's eye view. 1,000 miles underwater, with a bird's eye view. Maybe I can breathe underwater, with a bird's eye view. Maybe I can see underwater, y'all, with a bird's eye view. Listen to the band. Now get on down. I can see underwater. Get on down. I can breathe underwater, y'all. Say, get on down. I can see underwater. Get on down. I can breathe underwater. With a bird's eye view. You better not lie to me no more. I can play with you. I'm more rock and roll gangster, y'all. I like rhythm and blues. Black McDonald's, black cheese, black booty on this. Say, get on down. I can see underwater. Get on down. I can breathe underwater. Get on down. I can see underwater. Get on down. I can breathe underwater. Oh, this is my right, this is my good brother. On my keys. Make some noise for my key, ladies and gentlemen. He can see underwater. He can breathe underwater. He can see underwater. He can breathe underwater, y'all. Now get on down. I can see underwater. Get on down. I can breathe underwater, y'all. Say, get on down. I can see underwater. Get on down. I can breathe underwater. Back here on the drums, one of the newest members of the band. Y'all make some noise for Taylor. He can see underwater. He can breathe underwater. The song is Aquaman. We are the elements. Yeah. Make some noise for Taylor. One time. Get on down. I can see underwater. Get on down. I can breathe underwater. Say, get on down. I can see underwater. Get on down. I can breathe underwater. On my bass over there, I got Mr. Morgan Stewart. Put that bass in your life. Morgan Stewart, takes like us. He can sing underwater, y'all. He can breathe underwater, y'all. He can see, he can breathe. He like me. He like, get on down. I can see underwater. Get on down. I can breathe underwater, y'all. Say, get on down. I can see underwater. make some noise for Johnny Martin. I'll tell you something. Alright, so I'm ready to take it home. I can see on the wall, I can breathe on the wall. Get up! Get up now! I can see on the water. Get up now! I can breathe on the water. Get up now! I can see on the water. Get up now! Listen to me!
Twerk Chamberlain, y'all. One more time. Twerk Chamberlain. Country Punk Black is the name of that latest album. Twerk Chamberlain, so great. 4-week-old baby at home, y'all. The man is obviously sleep deprived. I mean, that's what's going on there. He's just gone whack. All right, what a great show. Thank y'all for being here and sharing it with us one more time for all our cool guests, if you don't mind. Cody Shea Harold, Stay on My Mind, beautiful song. Delaney Nolan, Happy Bad, a whale of a novel. Delaney will join us after the show. One more time for Twerk Chamberlain, the world's most unique representation of the truth. Great energy. All righty, y'all. We'll be in Jackson, Mississippi at this time next week. We will not be in the Powerhouse, so please come on down to Jackson and join us at Howlin' House for the National Folk Festival. I believe there's a watch party organized here in Oxford of that show, Circle in the Square Brewing Company in town. So more information at ThackerMountain.com. And Sunday, November 2nd, 2 days from now, we'll be in Columbus, Mississippi at the Tennessee Williams House. So if you have friends over there or you feel like taking a drive, join us at the Tennessee Williams House Museum in Columbus, Mississippi. 3 p.m. show outdoors, so wear your stuff. All right, we appreciate y'all being here. What a fun show. We're going to get one more tune, and we'll see y'all on the radio. Thank you.